Hey guys, how's everybody doing out there? Um, Mother Kid here, back again. How's everybody doing? And here again for the last. The hell? uh, Sorry about that. Okay, here for the last open mic Q&A for the month of September. We got a lot to talk about. In terms of my half, just finished Spider Man. The Spider Man PS4 game. Had a great time with that game. Uh, Man, that was good storytelling. And the fact that there's more to come, and the fact that, as they said, it's a new era for Marvel games to come, is a lot to talk about. But I'm trying to keep this positive, guys. There's been a lot of negative stuff that's been going on as well that kind of, I don't know, kind of put me in a bad mood after a couple of situations. Not on my end, but you've probably seen it on media and everything like that. It's kind of put me in a bad mood. Um, but yeah, I'm here to answer your questions as always. How's everybody doing? You got, to quote Dashy, you got snacks. I hope you guys got some snacks. So make yourself a cheese sandwich. Give yourself a cold drink of ginger ale. Sit back, relax. You hit that play button. You're gonna get your entertainment's worth. Okay. Uh, just, just what I. That's just it. Okay. Let's see what's going on in the comment section. Uh, okay. Let me see. Live chat. Okay, here we go. All right, we have, what pack members do we have here? Let's see. We have Shadow Nova Productions is here again. What's up? We have Marion McDaniel. What's up? We have Travis. What's up? Darth Primus. Mr. Emerald. What's up? Lucas Cage. Okay. I'm a big fan of yours, Mr. Cage. Big fan of yours. Uh, Dylan Malone. And that's it. All right. So let's start getting to some of these questions. But I'll give into more. If you hear stuff in the background, I'm watching. Well, I was watching the Lost World Jurassic Park. So that's what you're probably hearing if you hear Jeff Goldblum or somebody talking in the back. So let's see what we got here. Okay, Dark Promise asks first question. What are your thoughts on the Star Wars fan series Vader Immortal? I never saw it. Put that on the list to check out. Uh, Marion asks me, what are your thoughts on Telltale Games shutting down? That sucks. I've been talking. That's one of the things that have been really pissing me off and kind of put me in a bad mood is Telltale Games shutting down. I don't get it. I would have thought I would assume that this company was doing really well, and with series after series of good gameplay, yeah, it's episodic and it's almost the same thing with every game series, but still, I was loving it. I just got into, I said I was going to stay away from the Walking Dead stuff because I was so burnt out on Walking Dead. I picked up I had a while ago, I bought the whole anthology of the first uh, three, three seasons along with the Michonne story, and I'm playing through that. I'm fell in love with Clementine, and I can't wait to play what's left of the final season. Um, Batman series was my first Telltale game. Then I went back and bought the Back to the Future, which is Telltale's game. The Guardians of the Galaxy, you know. Then I've just finished recently Wolf Among Us, and I loved it. I have never read any of the Fable series, and that people keep telling me you should buy them in trade, Chris. You'll love them. Um, and to hear that they were going to do another season, now they're not going to do it. So it's really messed up. It's messed up. Travis asked me, "Have you been watching the Mae Young Classic?" Absolutely, absolutely. My Mia Yim won last week, and word is, and Mia has been signed. Thank you for that. I can't wait to see the rest. I'll watch it later on tonight, and everything like that. But yeah, Shadow Shadow Nova asks me, "Did you see the Bumblebee trailer?" Yes, I did, and I put it on my Facebook. The Bumblebee trailer, the movie in general, I'm happy, but also it pisses me off, and this is the reason why I don't like Bayformers. You're telling me you got everybody looking like straight out of the cartoon series that I grew up with. Everybody looks this. Everybody. Except for Bumblebee. But Optimus Prime, uh, Shockwave, my man Soundwave, all look this like right out of the series. And you telling me that y'all couldn't y'all couldn't do that the first round? Y'all had to make them look. And what also makes it, they got color. Even the Decepticons got color. In Bay's original trilogy or whatever, the Decepticons had no color. They looked just like drones. And you telling me that it's that just really, that was pissed me off. I'm like, are you kidding? Like, this should have been done from the fucking get-go. Excuse my language. This should have been done from the get-go. Why now y'all want to pay homage, respect the past now? That's that. Yeah, we moving on. Um, Muppet Stooges fan number one. Okay. Uh, hey, dude, did you hear that Jaleel White is coming back as Steve Urkel in a new episode of Scooby Doo next year? What? Oh, no, I haven't. Um, so I know AJ McDaniels, Omnitron. Did you hear that the CW crossover this year has casted the Monitor and and it's being called Elseworld? Yeah, I have. I heard about that. Um, uh, I have heard about that, Omnitron. So yeah. How's the wife? Uh, and so yeah, I have. Like I said, guys, I'm trying to stay positive, but I'm on cloud nine after I beat Spider-Man. I'm sorry I didn't stream the whole game for you guys. I only planned I was only going to stream like 3 times with that game. I didn't want to spoil it for everybody, but I had a fun time with that game. That game was great. McDuff, since the new God of War is getting sequels, do you think Surtur is gonna play a role in it? No, because Surtur is not from true Norse mythology, if I'm not mistaken. My Nordic mythology is a little off a little bit, but no, they are staying true to Nordic mythology. Surtur is Marvel. He's not. They're not real. My guess is definitely that you're gonna have Thor in this next one if they do continue. Um. Okay, Darth Films, how would you rank the Jurassic Park movies from best to worst? Uh, Jurassic Park 1, best to worst. 1, 2, World. I liked World. 3, then the fall of. I liked the fall of the last one, but what happened in at the end, or they kind of went too science fiction and to the extreme, which I didn't like. I'm not gonna ruin it for anybody. Uh, let's see. Next up, we have. I wish they make open world games for Daredevil or Punisher. First of all, play the Spider-Man game. Daredevil is in that game. Not he doesn't make a cameo, but it's shown that he's in this world. And Nelson and Murdoch, you can find their office, and when you look for Peter's backpacks all around the city, he has a card, and it says, "Hey, this is that blind lawyer gave me that." And so yeah, Jason Voorhees or Michael Myers, who you think is the more complex slasher? Michael Myers. I say Michael Myers because he's more real based. He's more real based, and that's the scary part about Michael Myers. That somebody like that could actually exist, and I think John Carpenter actually based him off of some reality to it. So yeah, definitely. Soundwave, my favorite Decepticon finally looks right, and with Ravage as a cassette out. Exactly, exactly. I'm like, why didn't they do this from the get go? That's why they keep saying it's this Bumblebee movie is kind of a prequel, but also a soft reboot. I don't know. Have you played the Yakuza games on PS4 yet? Yes, I have, Dylan. I played uh, I played one of the prequels. Until I finish that, I'm not gonna jump into six. I'm not gonna do all that, but I can't wait to that Fist of the North Star. Yeah, that's the one I'm looking forward to. Who is your favorite Muppet? Mine is Gonzo. I've always been a Kermit fan, Omnitron. Always been a Kermit, but I'm also a big Fozzie there. But always got to go with Rolf. Rolf the dog. Play that piano, man. That's my dude. Um, are you excited for Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse? Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm seeing where they go with this. Should be fun. Uh, should be a lot of fun. Next up, Soundwave looks bad, awesome, and he looks like and looks to be the middle finger to the dark. Oh yeah. All right, Lucas Cage. Thoughts on Black Canary and Huntress casting for the Birds of Prey movie. Um. Okay. Like I said before, Luke, I'm a big fan of yours, Luke. Big fan. Um. Huntress, the actress who's going to play Huntress, I'm cool with. I'm like, okay, that's good casting. Ramona Flowers, from who played Ramona in Scott Pilgrim, is going to be Helena Bertinelli in the Birds of Prey movie. I'm cool with that. I like that casting. It's funny how we got Ramona playing Huntress and Scott's first girlfriend playing Captain Marvel. You see, how's that? Um, the one that kind of confuses me is uh is Black Canary. Um, they're going with a black woman playing her. Um, I don't know what DC is thinking. Do they feel that they need to diversitize every character from DC? I don't get it. I don't understand sometimes DC's thinking or Warner Brothers thinking. Like, we have to diverse every character. If that's the case, you want to bring in black or characters of color from into your then put the characters that you have in the universe. Like, what is the big problem? I don't get it. And then you got somebody was saying, oh, when remember the whole deal they were saying that Michael B. Jordan is gonna play, Superman. Like, oh, then I heard somebody basically say to me, yeah, they're whitewashing the character. Do you understand what whitewashing means? That's not whitewashing. And I had to set this dude straight. But yeah, I like Huntress. actress Mary Elizabeth Winstein. She's playing Huntress, but I'm not too crazy about the actress uh, playing playing Dinah Lance, my girl Dinah Lance. And I'm not really big on the fact that this is Harley Maggie Robbie, Margot Robbie is the one who kind of assembles the birds of prey. Like, so basically, this is starting to feel more like Harley Quinn and her friends. I don't like that, and they still haven't casted Renee Montoya. I'm still kind of iffy on it, but that's my opinion, Luke. Since Batman is not going to do it, if someone were to finally kill the Joker, who do you think it would be? Who do you think is going to be the one to do it? Jason Todd. There you go, Jason Todd. Sinquan, what's good, Chris? My question is a what if? What if there was a crossover between the big two, Thanos and the Black Order versus He-Man and the Master Universe? Skeletor versus Thanos. Who would win? Thanos would kill Skeletor. Skeletor is powerful, but he ain't in no level powerful than Thanos. But that would be a badass fight. The most powerful man in the universe versus Thanos. Because a lot of people don't understand how strong He-Man really is. He's not just called the most powerful man in the universe for no damn reason. That's a character I grew up with. That was my hero before Spidey was. So yeah. Dylan Malone, have you seen the bat suit for the Titans show? If I saw some guy in it, I don't know if it's real, but if that is, that's ill. Um, uh, it is okay. It is I, Duchess. Okay, my husband has a broken leg, so we're up in bed and enjoying your fine voice. Oh man, I'm sorry. What happened? What happened? God, don't boy, please don't give me no bad news. Oh man, oh, get well, dude. Get well, my pack member. Get well. Muppet Stooges, uh, fan number one. Bill Stein, Sia, Keenan Thomas, and Kevin Conroy's Batman are going to be in the new Scooby Doo too. We're also getting new Flintstones and Care Bear. I know about the Care Bears. Just give me old school Scooby Doo, old school Flintstones, old school Care Bears any day. Sometimes these new ones just don't work with me. I'm sorry. AJ Jens, did you see Brie Bella on Monday? She needs to be more careful. I heard about, yeah. She gave uh Liv Morgan a concussion. She kicked the crap out of her, um and then she hit Ruby with a forearm ram, so Ruby gave her a receipt back. Yeah, she there was some, I don't know. Uh, Surtur is from North mythology and is a fire giant who also, yeah. See, like I said, my Norse mythology is a little bit kind of on the right. If it was, I like Norse mythology, but it's not as in tune as like my Greek and my Egyptian mythology. So thank you, Marion. What would everyone's reaction be if Spider-Man were to finally snap and kill Norman Osborn? I'd be I'd be heartbroken. Uh, you talking to that's the hero that comes before everybody else, and to see him snap, I've seen him go to that dark side, but pull himself back. One prime example of him kind of going to that edge, um, Back in Black, where he beat the shit out of Kingpin, beat the crap out of him, and had Kingpin crawl back to his jail cell. He beat. I've never seen anybody whoop Kingpin as badly as Peter did. And he didn't do it as Spider-Man. He even said, you're not going to get beat by Spider-Man. Took his mask off, you're getting beat by Peter Parker. And that happened because what happened, Kingpin put out that hit on, to hurt two of his most biggest headaches, Daredevil and Spider-Man. And when Spider-Man revealed himself to the world, open season on, and Aunt May was one of the, what happened there. Speaking of Aunt, oh my God. Speaking of Aunt May, all right, that ending of Spider-Man. Oh, I'm not gonna lie, I cried. I cried. I loved what she said to Peter. I'm a spoil it for you guys. I'm sorry. Aunt May dies in the game. She dies. She dies thanks to Devil's Breath. She dies, and on her deathbed, she tells Spider-Man to remove your mask. And Peter has the antidote, but he had to make a choice: sacrifice the many to save one. Peter did the right thing, and she said to him, "Remove your mask. I want to see my nephew's face." And he did, and he basically asked her, "You knew?" And she's like, "I always knew." And it's just that touching moment between her, Peter, and his aunt. It was just, I just started tearing. I'm like, yeah, see, this is gonna get to me. I'm just saying. I heard the new Predator sucks. I have not seen it, Travis. A friend of mine, Deadpoolzilla, saw it. He didn't like it. John Carver based Mike Myers on a kid he saw in a mental institution that just had this look of pure darkness in his eyes, of bloodlust. So he wondered what that's it, right there. Yes. Fist of the Starfire. Yeah, there's a Fist of the North Star game coming out in the same animation, same style as the Yakuza games. So yeah, can't wait. Dark Phoenix trailer is gonna come out tonight. Okay, let's see what this last one is. Um, Also, I saw the Seekers in that Bumblebee trailer. The Seekers also look awesome too. Yeah, and Blitzwing looks good too. And I think Angelina, uh, uh, I know one of them is voiced by oh my, how am I forgetting her name right now? Angela Bassett. Yeah, one of the Decepticons. Yeah. And I heard the red screen. Yeah, it's Blitzwings. I'm fine with Blitzwing. I'm fine with that. I'm like, cool. For anybody who don't know who Blitzwing is the Decepticon who can transform into a tank and a plane. So yeah. Hey, what's up, Chris? Hey, Jay, how you doing? Uh, Muppet Stooges fan number one. The new shows I mentioned are going to be on the Boomerang streaming service. Oh, they have classic shows and new shows. Oh, really? Okay. I have Boomerang. Okay. Peter Gonzalez. I hope I'm saying it. Hey, Mohammed, how was your day? Pretty good. Pretty good indeed. Did you hear that LeBron James Space Jam is actually happening? Yeah, I heard, and from what I heard, that it's actually a reboot, not a sequel. I don't care, really don't. Peter, you play Fortnite? If you do, how many solo wins do you have? I don't play Fortnite. Not my cup of tea. Yeah, you want to play some Overwatch or something like that? I'm cool with that. Fortnite's not my not cup of tea. No offense, it's not my cup of tea. Um, have you seen the show Oz? We talking about old school Oz from the prisons and all that? Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Marion McDaniel. How do you think Josh Brolin has done as Thanos? Pretty good. That voice, I'm like, ooh, I like it. Um, Mr. J, have you seen the Titans teaser showing Dick meeting Jason for the first time? It's isn't it weird that Jason seems happier than Dick? Like, I'm Jay. Look, man, I've kept my hands away from that show. Literally, I'm not. I'm not supporting that show. Every time I see more and more of that show, I'm like, God. Now, the Doom Patrol show, I'm interested in. They got some good casting for that show. The Doom Patrol, the Swamp Thing, I'm down. And of course, Young Justice. That's the only reason why I will get the DC Universe, is for Young Justice. Titans, that's not Titans to me. No, that bunch of renegades. That's what it should have been called. Um, okay, my man is saying that He-Man's main power is that he's always at least as strong as whoever he's fighting against. True, but he can go up from that. I got hit in the leg by a baseball from my neighbor's new pitching machine he got for his kids. They had it at too high. And oh man, a hairline. Oh, you got a hairline fracture. Okay, I'm fine. Jesus, trust me. I used to play baseball, little league and all that, and I know how that feels to get hit. I've got hit in my back. I got hit in my collarbone. I've gotten hit in my thigh by high speed pitches, so I know what that feels like to get hit with a baseball. Ain't no joke. Never got hit in my head though. Sister Wolf, Lydia, how are you doing, my dear? How do you feel about the DCCW crossover being called Elseworld as well as the monitor being? I just talked about this. That's cool. At the end of the Spider-Man game, yo man. Okay, do you think there will be a chance that Marvel turning Wolverine into the Phoenix cause of the heated claws? Okay. Oh wait, hold on. I missed a. Okay, if Peter has to fight Violator, I don't know. Okay, all right, all right, Sin. People are talking about you know, um, Phoenix Wolverine. That's a story, a possible future story. In Thor, there's current Thor, and then there's King Thor. That's what's going on now, and that's in a possible future. That's what that is. That's not. That has nothing to do with what's going on now. So no. Indeed. So no. And speaking of Ken, let me get to that question that you asked on Facebook for me about after beating Spider-Man, do I feel that that world should be turned into comic form? Yes, I would. I would love to see that world go into comic form. I know they put out the new Spider-Man event that's coming, Spider-Geddon issue 0. I will be it, and I'm actually gonna go get it signed by Mark Bagley, one of my favorite Spider-Man writers. He's gonna be in my comic store, uh, Midtown Comics, next week, Wednesday. So that's a day before Comic Con starts. So I will be able to finally meet after 20 years. I've been wanting to meet Mark Bagley, and I'll finally be able to meet him. I'll get that signed. But yes, I do feel that because there's still so much they can introduce in this world. This world is a little different. Tombstone in this world was way different than what we know of Tombstone in the current universe. Um, Norman never becomes the Green Goblin. Um, is there a Craven in this world? We know Mysterio's in this world. The Sandman is in this world. The Lizard. From what I've heard, somebody told me that they introduced Tarantula, an old school Spider-Man villain, in the comic Spider-Geddon #0. So I would love it. And yes, I think Jay asked Christoph Gage. I would have Christoph Gage write it. Um, just like how they do Tom Taylor writing the Injustice series. So yeah, yes indeed. So yeah, I would love it. Um, okay. Um, Let's see. Marion, would you like to see an adaptation of Craven's Last Hunt in the MCU? Uh, maybe. I mean, they got to introduce Craven first, and I want to see Craven in the MCU. Now I'm even thinking about changing it from Gerard Butler. I now think, uh, man, what is his name? He played he played Boyka in the undisputed series. I'm forgetting his name right now, but I could see him taking up the role of Craven. Somebody tell me what his name is. I'm losing it right now. I remember the last time Peter was gonna kill Norman, but he said he never would kill Norman because that would be a release for Norman. The worst punishment Norman has is him stuck in himself. I remember that. Yeah. Darfez, how would it if how would it affect the X Men if Magneto finally came to his senses and fully redeemed himself? I think it would. It'd be kind of something like what was Magneto's clone? I'm forgetting. He had a clone that was kind of with the X Men. That'd be something like that. But I don't know. Just Magneto. They always try to. They tease him kind of redeeming, but he always kind of his ego is always that factor. He still sees himself superior to everybody, and that's his biggest weakness. That's always going to be his reason for not going that way. Mama, what is your favorite NFL team? Abraham Max. Abraham, my favorite NFL team is on a 3-game losing streak right now, and that is the Oakland Raiders. I have been a Raiders fan since the Marcus Allen, Bo Jackson days. So yes, that's my favorite NFL team. Uh, Best Scooby Doo movie was Zombie Island. Hell yeah, Zombie Island was great. I could watch that like that. That was a good movie. I love that movie. Uh, okay, Duchess acts here, and I feel that the ending of Spider-Man PS4 is a direct take that to One More Day, since it was Aunt May dying and Peter and MJ moving on with their lives. You're right. Uh, Gage has the balls, man, and something that 616 would never do. I mean, look, they tried to kill off Aunt May back in Amazing Spider-Man number 400, but it wasn't really her. Honestly, this may come on, and I'm a diehard Spider-Man fan, but look, I'm a be honest. I think it is time to let Aunt May go. Like, let her go. If Uncle Ben was the Patreon for what Peter was to become, to Peter being, and Aunt May was that rock that kept him, he's got now what he needs. And if these writers need that, first of all, these writers need to stop kind of going backwards with him. When they start going forward, then they take a two-step back and go back to basics with him. Like, oh, he's struggling here, and yes, he's one of the most relatable characters in comics. That's no question about it. But you also got to give some relatability to the fact that he can move on. He can, you know, get married and stuff like. And that's just in general. Like, it's like superheroes can't be in a relationship. They can't be married. Like, I hate when I hear creators or people say that. Like Fat Casada. Like, he hated the marriage. He hated the marriage of Peter and MJ. He hated it. And that's why I don't give too much about him either. Let's see. Lydia, the game had the balls to kill and made the comics and the movies didn't haven't done it yet. Yeah. Like I said before, the closest was Amazing Spider-Man 400, and then of course right before the first Civil War, but look what happened. Um, Let me see. Okay. Dusha, I heard that Blizzard is considered actually doing an animated series for Over. I heard that too. And I would be cool with it. Like I said before, what's gonna bug me about this year's Comic Con is I was supposed to cosplay as Soldier 76, but the gentleman that was making the costume for me, his brother died, and he was gonna repay the money I sent him and everything. But I told him, no, you know what? You keep it, and you still make that costume because I'll use it for another con or something down the line. You just take your time with it. Um, I know next year I am definitely going to MegaCon, Orlando. So I'm definitely going to be going there. I'm going to start checking off these cons that I want to go to off my bucket list. MegaCon is up there. I know there's two. The one that everybody keeps saying, no, go to Orlando, not the one in Tampa. Let's see, what's up? Um, let's see. Um, trying to. Oh, okay. Here we go. Why the hell would Warner Bros. Want to cast someone like Michael B. Jordan to replace Henry Cavill as Superman? That shit makes no sense whatsoever. There's speculation because Michael B. Jordan and Warner Bros. Have something going on about diversity or something like that, and I wouldn't mind it, but cast him as Val Zod, the Superman from Earth 2. Not Clark Kent, not Kal El. That's stupid. That would be stupid. How do you feel about the whole Marvel doing a Loki and Scarlet Witch live action series? I heard about this. This is from David Big Lad. Yeah, they're gonna do series now. A Loki and the Scarlet Witch. No sign if the Hiddleston is replacing the role, and the only Olsen sister that I guess is in the eyes anymore. It's kind of interesting, and it makes me wonder what would they do with it. The biggest thing about Scarlet Witch in the MCU is like they could be retconning her as a mutant. Um, and I think the Nerdist News brought that up, and I'm like, I'd be cool with that because I hated the idea of Marvel changing her and Scarlet Witch's origin, that they're not mutants. They were something else. Like they were the high evolutionary designed them, and I'm like, after 40 plus years of them being mutants, you want to change this now? Like, stop changing everything because of the movies or some bullshit. I don't know. Lucas Cage, like I said before, I'm a big fan. No disrespect. Still watching NCIS New Orleans. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Last night was the season premiere, and last season, Scott Bakula's character, Pride, got shot 3 times, 3 in the chest. Pop, pop. One here, one here, one here. I'm like, they better not kill all Pride. He fought for his life. They got the killer. I'm cool. But yes, I am still watching. I can't wait to Hawaii Five-O this week as well. The new season of Hawaii Five-O. All my shows are coming back now, so yes. Omnitron, did you hear that Red Dead Redemption 2, you can skin animals for hats and clothes, and you can totally skin a raccoon and make a Davy Crockett movie. I heard that, yeah. They want to keep it legit and authentic. I'm cool with that. Mr. J, so I saw you're starting to get into My Hero Academy. thoughts so far as an anime and manga fan and a long live American comics fan. It's a match made. Um, the first season was great. I have to get into this. The first season did exactly what it needed to do for me, and it made me relate to the main character. All Might is dope. This is nothing more than a love letter to American comics. That's all this show is, but it's so good. I can't wait to get into season 2 and season 3. I know my friend, my longtime friend Victor, aka Ziploc Gory, Ziploc Bloody, he got into it. He likes it. Um, so I can't wait to read do more. Uh, Travis, what's your favorite Gundam? Favorite Gundam for G Gundam? Uh, for from G Gundam. Uh, God Gundam. Uh, have you heard of a band called band Ice Nine Kills? No, I haven't. Gotta check it out, I guess. Uh, Omicron. Also, have you read Doomsday Clock 7 yet? It reveals what Dr. Mahan did to make the New 52 happen. I'm behind on that series. I am really behind on that. So I can't. I have to catch up on that one. I'm behind. Unshawn. Also, Red Dead Redemption lets you grow your hair, and you need to shave and cut it. That's cool. That's cool. Scott Atkins. Thank you, Black Lightning. Thank you, Scott Atkins. I think could pull off Craven. Put on his boycott weight. There you go. Zorn was was Magneto's clone. No, not Zorn. There was another clone, a Magneto clone. I'm forgetting his name, but there was another one. But thank you, but that's not the one I'm talking about. What would Izuka think of Injustice Superman, especially if he found out Superman was before? He wouldn't like Izuka. He would not. No, he wouldn't like it. I'm Mr. J. I'm really excited for the Black Cat DLC. I hope you get to play as Felicia like how they did for Selena in Arkham City. I'm looking forward to these all three of these DLCs. I know one of them's called Gang War. The other one is called the Silver Lining. I think that was the name. So I'm thinking Silvermane. Who can we get? And they all gonna have new costumes. Cool. All good. I must say, the created costumes that they created for the game, the Velocity suit, not bad. Not bad at all. Black Cat's suit that she gives you, the dark suit, badass, has a little bit of a Batman Beyond look to it, but it's cool on Spidey. And the anti Doc Ock suit that he uses at the end that Peter makes, that was badass too. I'm like, that's dope. Um, Nova, love your channel, man. Been watching for a minute. Always happy seeing you live. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. David Biglad, after awesomeness of Spider-Man game, which Marvel character or group you wish to see get their own game next? Mine is Nova and the Fantastic Four. Well, Fantastic Four, we're probably gonna have to wait for them. For me, my second, my number one, my number two favorite Marvel character of all time, the Man Without Fear, Daredevil. That's who needs to get next series, no doubt about it. Team wise, I think we're still working on that Avengers game too. Um, so I'll see. Let's see what's next. Um, uh, shoot. Okay. Travis, have you seen anime Legends of the Galaxy of Galactic the Heroes? I don't. No. Better Spider-Man villain from the Sam Raimi movie: Green Goblin or Doc Ock? I'm gonna go more. Oh, man, because that's hard. Because Alfred Molina did his thing as Doc Ock, and no matter what, yo, um, I'm forgetting the actor's name. Oh my God, who played Green Goblin? He was a good Goblin. I can't believe I'm missing his name. But I'm gonna go Doc Ock, even though you still felt for him. The recent version of Legend of God is Doctor is dope. Okay, see, I gotta check this out. I don't know what that is. So, okay, Duchess. Yeah, Joe Quesada is a sadist. Apparently, since he wants to teach divorces aren't okay, but deals with demons. Oh God. Whatever. Marion, why do you think Casada hated Peter and MJ's marriage? Because to me, this is just my personal opinion. Joe Quesada saw Peter himself in Peter Parker. You ever notice when he drew Peter Parker, Peter looked totally like him? Think about that. Um, okay, what do you think? What do you want to see? This is Dylan. What do you want? What do you want to see the Marvel Netflix shows go from here? Oh, where I want to see them go from here? Well, I want to see them continue, maybe for a few more seasons. I want to see new nuances added, but more importantly, to me, guys, look, I want to see those actors as a whole on the big screen. I want to see them in the MCU in general. Like, I want to see that. Um, uh, Amitron, Joe Quesada was going through a divorce and had marriage problems for a long time. So that doesn't mean you take it out on a character who's, I don't know. I'm just Russo Brothers said that people can relate to Marvel characters more than DC characters because DC characters are essentially like gods, while Marvel characters are more human. That's true. That's not false to admit. You look at it. Look at it from a standpoint. Yes, both universes has mythical creatures and gods, but what separated Marvel from DC is you could relate to one of those characters. They felt more human. Daredevil, Doctor Strange, Thor, old school Thor. When he was with Donald Blake was lame. He walked with a cane. Tony had a bad heart. Peter was 15 when he was a teenager. So everything a teenager went through, you could kind of say, hey, I went through that. I'm not saying that you can't relate to Superman or Flash or anybody like that, because you can. If you were an immigrant who came to this country, you can kind of relate to Superman. He's an immigrant. I can't say that you could relate to Batman because, hey, man, if I saw my parents get killed in front of me, I'd probably end up in a psych ward. That's psychological damage. Now, same thing with Frank Castle. As much as I say it all the time. Like, could you walk a day in his shoes? Could you do what he does? In reality, Frank is doing somewhat reality based. Like, yeah, you witnessed the death of your wife and your two children. You're gonna go on some sort of tirade against criminals, don't matter who they are, rapists, killers, sadists, I don't care. You do harm, you're dead. Just saying. But yes, the Marvel characters are a little bit more human. Even the gods, Thor is very much human. He's not as all like no. Um, Albert Gonzalez, Marvel or DC? I get this question too many times, and I tell everybody I'm Omni. Okay, I'm Omni, meaning I like both. You can like both. Don't listen to what Joe Quesada says. You can like both. You don't have to not. You don't have to just read them and not like them. And there's all these people that always like, Chris, when did he say that? Go back and watch the Daredevil documentary when they were celebrating Daredevil after the first movie. They had all the people who helped craft the character. He said it there. Where he's like, you want real stories and blah 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 blah. You come to us. You want anything, you go to them. It's like you can't like both. It's like, yes you can. Shut your fat mouth. You can like both. So I like both. Okay. How do you feel about the Superior Spider-Man getting another series book run? I don't really. This time, Norman's supposed to be redeemed in some way. I mean, Norman. Um, Otto is supposed to be redeemed, but he's still gonna have that ego, and I'm like, yeah, whatever. That may be for trade. What PS4 multi-platform games do you have? Meaning it's for uh, got a couple of them. Tekken's multi-platinum. Well, Tekken. Day by Daylight. Dead by Daylight. The Tomb Raider games. Certain thing like that. But I try to. I try to get. I try to get. I try to get more exclusive games for my PS4. I don't try to get multi-platinum games. But if they do, like for example, the Assassin's Creed games, I will only get for the Xbox One. I won't get for. Uh, I won't get for Sony PlayStation because that's where I first got Assassin's Creed from. Um, that's a good one too. Who is your all-time favorite Decepticon besides Megatron? Mine is Shockwave. Mine is Soundwave. Uh, did you hear that? Jesus Christ! It's about thunderstorm. That was thunder. Man, Thor's out there. What the fuck? About to get some rain up here now. Um, Cast Michael B. Jordan as Icon. I want somebody a little bit older for Icon. Have you watched The Gifted on Fox yet, season 2? No, I haven't. It's on my DVR. No, I don't watch it on DVR. I watch it on Hulu, so it's on Hulu. I watch it there. I'm trying. Oh, this is Duchess. Sorry. Here and I think that CW is using this new Elseworlds crossover to finally merge Supergirl into the main CWDC Earth. You may be onto something. You may be onto something, my dear. Nine Ice Nine Kills does horror songs. They've got about they got songs about The Shining, The Exorcist, Nightmare on Elm Street, Friday the 13th, The Crow. I know The Crow isn't horror exactly, but it's a badass song. I gotta look them up. David Big Lad, how do you feel about Captain Britain being a live action series on Netflix? And which actor would you want to play Brian Braddock? From what I'm hearing, he's supposed to be incorporated into the Marvel universe, not Netflix. As for who I would want to play Brian Braddock, oh man, that's a hard one because there's some talented British actors that can play that role. But if they do, you got to put his twin sister, who is AKA Betsy Braddock, AKA my girl Psylocke. And that is also a key to bring in the mutants. Despite my man being a giant Superman fan, I wasn't really into Superman style heroes until I saw All Might in action. All Might is my Superman. Um, Fun fact: Kohoshi favorite American hero is Spider Man, and he based Deku off of Peter Parker. A lot of yeah, I could see Peter Parker from Deku. I was like, yeah, I see it. Um, Actually, the Black Cat dark suit inspired is a costume that was in the recent Deadpool. Oh, really? I stopped reading the Deadpool Spider-Man comic. So, uh, who was the best MCU villain you gotten this year in your opinion? Uh, well, when you say MCU villain, the I do consider the Netflix characters too because that is MCU. This year, I gotta go with Thanos. He did the impossible. That was it. That was the biggest thing I had with Infinity War. Thanos had to make a statement. He had to make us believe why they built this guy up so long, and bam, did they do the bam. That was it. Um, I want another Hulk game. Seriously, we need another good Hulk game. Yeah, I'll take another Hulk game. I liked Ultimate Destruction. Ultimate Destruction was fun. I still have that for the regular Xbox. It's over there somewhere. Yeah, I enjoyed that one. Um, then they did the movie game. The movie Hulk game. But uh, I'll take another. Willem Dafoe. Thank you, Darth. That's what I'm trying to remember his name. The Mach 3 spider armor in the Spider-Man game reminds me of the Red Hood a bit. You're talking about the red and the black. He wore that when he was gonna fight the Sinister Six. Peter specifically created that armor. He created that armor to specifically for them. Each part of that armor was dedicated to disabling one of the Sinister Six. Something for Electro, something for the Rhino, for Sandman, for Doc Ock, all that. And it was good. It's cool. And the fights, and I'll tell you what, when you fight Electro and Vulture, that was a fun fight. I love that. When you fight Scorpion and Rhino, that was fun. I gotta tell you, I cracked the fuck up. I'm sorry, excuse my language. I cracked the hell up when Peter said, "Oh no, Rhino, a poacher. That's not funny." And I was like, "Yeah, that is kind of funny." Yo, Yuri Lowelf. I'm always butchering his last name. Did a great job voicing Peter Parker. He was great. I loved him. He was great. That was funny. So yeah, and such in tune to. I'll talk more about the Spider-Man game. I think I'll do an in-depth video as some of the things that I liked and some of the things I did not like about the game. There's not a lot, and some things I would want for the sequel. I'll do that. Okay. What do you think of the repercussions would be if Batman were to kill Joker? He'll do it again. He'll kill again. That's his biggest rep. If he doesn't one, he's gonna do it again. He'll cross that line again. He'll become. I think Michael C. Hall would be a great Norman Osborn for the MCU, or as Hobgoblin. Which Hobgoblin? Were we talking the original Robert Kingsley, or are we talking Jason Macendale the third? Tell me more about that one, Amitron. Um, who's your favorite My Hero Academy character? Mine is Shuto, the kid with the ice cream, the ice and. He's dope, even though he's a lot like Zuko. A lot. Yeah, he's cool, but I'm not too good, Jay, with their names right now. I start watching more, I'll get their names down. I like my girl, the frog girl. I like her. She's cool. She's cool. I'm like, you would think, oh, she just got frog powers. What a useless. But she's great. I like her. Of course, the main character, but yeah, and even the girl he has a crush on. I'm forgetting her name too, but I like her. I like them. Um, I want a new Avengers movie with Luke, Matt, Danny, and Jessica. They should be the new Avengers with Carol leading the team. Luke, you heard that? Omnitron says he wants you on the new Avengers. It's, let's see. Next up. Um, okay. Travis, did you hear a Japanese voice actor for Mr. Saturn died? He did? Man, another Dragon Ball character died. Oh man, Joe Quesada should be fired for making heroes make deals with demons. Don't get me started on One More Day, please. Don't get me started on that. Did you hear that the actress who played Allison Argent on Teen Wolf was casted as Abby Arcane in the new? I'm so whoa, really? Oh, that's cool. Oh wow, that's cool. That's real good. I like that. Did you see the Dark Phoenix poster teaser coming out? How do you feel about them doing another X Men movie about the Phoenix? Mm, I'm okay, but I really just want Fox off of the X Men right now. I trust Feige to do more with them that Fox ever did, where it feels like the X Men. And as much as I like Wolverine, it's not Wolverine and the X Men, even though that was a good series. But you know what I mean. They've already stated that when they come back home, Feige has them. I'm down with that. You can't not you knock the MCU all you want, but you cannot discredit Feige's reputation and his what he has brought to the table for the MCU. Can he do more? Yes, but what he's done, his resume speaks for himself. Um, oh, about to get eaten. Uh, okay. What would the heroes of My Academy think of Batman? A little dark, but I think they'd be cool with him. Um, Amit I heard this said before, and I believe it about Marvel and DC. Marvel is realistic, DC is idealistic. Hmm, that's interesting. I've never heard that. That made me think. While in my opinion, vigilantism is pretty much follows the equivalent of Batman. Yeah, pretty much. Um, the best example of liking both Marvel is that if you like Superman, you generally like Spider Man. If even if you don't like Superman all that much, Spider Man fans usually at least respect him. I have the utmost respect for Superman. And I like Superman, but I have the utmost respect for the Godfather of all superpowered heroes. I have all the respect for that. Side note, my Hero Academy movie was great. Just put a review of it on my channel. Okay, I'll check that out. Yeah, I heard. I haven't watched the movie yet. My only problem with anime movies in general is, especially with movies like that, Bleach movies, which the Bleach live action movie is on Netflix. I gotta check that out. Um, but I'm talking about the animated movies. It always makes me wonder, where do they take place? You know, where do these, like in story wise, where they come in between seasons? You know, that was always my beef with the original Dragon Ball Z movies. Like, where do these stories take place? It goes into Almighty's origin a bit. Oh, real? Okay, I'm cool. Thunder, Thundercats. Oh, Okay, we. What about Thundercats? Not that stupid thing that's coming out. That pissing me. How do you feel about the Savage? About how would you? How do you feel about the Savage Dragon movie? Savage Dragon's getting a movie. Word. Eric Larson's character's getting a wow. I hope it's better than that cartoon. The cartoon back in the day. God. Have you read the Jen Walters Hulk series by Mariko Tamika? If you have, what are your thoughts on it? I liked it. I understand what she was trying to do with it. Basically, Jen had post traumatic, she nearly died. But in the process, her Hulk abilities, her gamma powers have kind of made her more of a hulking character. And even now, when she's in Avengers now, she is like a Hulk. She's not the Jade Glamazon anymore that we know. She's very big, and she says Hulk this and Hulk that, But it's I'm like, give me back Jen the way she was. I want that back. Um, what are your thoughts on Superman Returns? I know that the movie isn't well liked by most people. I haven't seen it in years, but I liked it. I haven't watched that movie in over Jesus Christ. It's been like 10 years. Yeah, 10 years. When did it come out again? Yeah, I think I haven't watched it in a long time. Um, I haven't. Um, I used to say Daniel Craig as Captain Britain, but well, he may be a bit too old for the role since Brian was fresh out of college when he became Captain Britain. My man, another guy who knows his Captain Britain. There you go. Chris Claremont will be proud. Um, and honestly, I don't. If they do a movie, let's pay homage to his original costume. Remember his original costume wasn't kind of like Captain America, where it had the Union Jack flag, where it looked very. He had the blonde hair up top. He had a mask hair. He was actually Peter Parker's roommate in college. He had like the lion and everything. So yeah, and remember his powers are magical. Merlin, Marvel's equivalent of Merlin, gave him his powers. So yeah, um, I say Robert Kingsley, since he's the most of them in the original. Okay, thank you. Lucas Cage, not sure about what Amitron said. it's, I'm just messing with you. Let's see what else we got here. What time is it? Oh, we're still good. Let's see. Next up, Mr. J. Uh, so in the PS4, since Norman hasn't become the Green Goblin, does this mean Peter hasn't met Gwen yet? And if I think it would be cool if that instead of her being a love interest, have her get bitten. Oh wait, did I missed that question? Okay, my favorite. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, the Red Riot is cool too. I like him too. Uh, okay, yeah, that is very interesting. It seems like Gwen does not exist in this world, or we haven't seen her yet. It'd be really cool to see how they would incorporate her. Yes, Norman has not become the Green Goblin. We do know Flash is in this world. Pete, if you're in the feast, because somebody told me when you go in the feast, Peter talks about Flash, and he says my buddy Flash. I'm like, okay, so he is in there. Okay, it'd be really interesting to see Gwen, but she's somebody else. Like maybe, even Yuri. Does Yuri become Raph? Is she Raph on the side? Some of the biggest questions for me since Norman resigned as mayor. Who's going to be the mayor of New York? Honestly, I think I think it should be another Spider-Man character, but not a villain, but a hero. Like, how about Mayor Hobie Brown? Think about that, huh? Not JJ. You know how many times I wish there was a scene where Peter goes to JJ and web his mouth up and then shave that stupid mustache off his face. You know, I just, ugh, he was pissing me off. There's a part of me I tolerate JJ enough, but here in this game, I couldn't tolerate him. I'm like, would you shut the up? Like, shut up. I'm trying. Kevin Feige, when he worked for Fox, tried to pitch the idea of doing MCU way back then, but the X-Men fans are for it. Yeah, no, he tried that. He worked with on the first X-Men movie, so he got this. He got this by one of Norman's replica spiders. Yeah, we already saw Miles got bit. I don't know how that spider was on. How many of them spiders was on MJ? Like, all that time, MJ, she was bit. Like, and I love what they did with Mary Jane in this world. Like, she was basically Lois Lane. She was Lois Lane, but she was so good at it. I loved it, and I love the fact that, yeah, her and Peter got back together. I love that. You know, I never stopped. You know, she didn't say I never stopped loving you, but basically what she said, yeah, that was what she said. So yeah, it was cool. And Harry, this world's Venom. Interesting. I'll talk more about the side missions too. You know what was fun? The Taskmaster stuff. That was great. That's how I would bring Taskmaster in the MCU. There were two ways I would bring Taskmaster in. One, he's the one that trained Hawkeye. That's how I would do it. You know, I always wonder like who taught Hawkeye archery and all that other stuff. Because in this world, in MCU, he's not a carny. You know, does Hawkeye have a brother, Barney, Trickshot? You know, but the way they did Taskmaster, I liked that. That was great. Do you think we'll get Red Skull back in the movies? Yep, they already said Red Skull will be back. He's now released from staying on that planet now. Yeah, there's more Red Skull coming. What a big surprise that was. I remember me and Malcolm were in there, and I'm like, that voice sounds familiar. I was like, no. It is. It is. You know, it was great. Looking like Skeletor. Marion, what do you think of Kratos' Blade of Chaos getting destroyed and the pieces being used to create a new sword that is kin to the Sword of Surtur? I'll be cool with that. I'm cool with it. I'm cool. In my opinion, I think X-Men 2 is a bit overrated. Don't get me wrong, I like X2, but I've seen some people say it's on the level of Spider-Man 2 or Superman 78, and I don't get it. I like X2, but my problem in general with the original X-Men movies is it always fell back to Magneto. And that's my problem with the Fox with the X-Men movies in general. It's always just Magneto, Magneto, Magneto. And then when we started to get newer villains, they just fucked them up. Apocalypse. Sebastian Shaw. Yeah. I don't gotta say anymore. Do I? No. And to me, them using a character that first appeared in the X-Men novels. I do have a couple of X-Men novels. Stryker, I was just like, okay. But it still fell back to, it was all about Wolverine. Hence why I keep saying to a lot of people is like, look, when the X-Men come back home, don't put Wolverine on the team. Have him in his own movies. And then maybe after the first X-Men movie, you see You can kind of do a wink or a nod to Giant Size X-Men, where Professor has to put together a new team to go rescue the original team from. I would love to see Krakoa in that. Oh, that'd be great. I'm sorry. You talk about paying homage to the original, and I want to see the original five as the X Men. I don't want to. I'll do more on that. But what evil, what you hate to fight? Um, I had a hard time on what was it? The bird robots when they get into the major city. I had a hard time on that for a long time. I was getting pissed. Primus. Which celebrities would you like to meet? Too many. I've met a couple of celebrities in my life, but one in particular is Denzel. I'd love to meet Denzel Washington. Um, I love to meet Denzel Washington. I would love to meet Taraji P Henson. I would love to meet. I would love to meet. Um, uh, I have a chance to meet David Tennant at this year's Comic Con. I have a chance to meet Captain Marvel himself, Zachary Levi. I forgot what day he's gonna be there. I'm only going 2 days, but um, I I know for sure I'm going to meet Finn Balor. I'm going to meet Finn this Comic Con. He's going to be at Comic Con this year, so I'm definitely going to meet Finn and everything. So, but there's a lot, Darth. Um, the one actually fits into the story pretty well. That's what I was surprised about. Okay, so it actually fits. Okay, seen the live action Bleach movie on Netflix. It was good, in my opinion. You know why? Because it was done by the people who created it. They took it serious. She-Hulk's got a power upgrade in Avengers where the Celestials boosted her powers to absorb more gammas and has less control over herself. Is more savage. She's loving the power boost. I'm kind of behind on Avengers though, so but yeah, I don't like that. Uh, See if you know this catchphrase. Anytime you think you weaken the nation, every time you think you weaken the nation, hmm, I gotta come back to that. I gotta keep thinking that. Uh, Jen is loving the power boost in her new savage She-Hulk form. Is more like her sensational She-Hulk self if she had Hulk intellect. Will Miser, I've been in the hospital bed all week, sick of cell. Oh my God, I'm sorry, dude. Uh, Marion, what is your all time favorite pizza topping? Mine, uh, I think I get asked pizza toppings all the time. I've said it before, pepperoni extra cheese. That's my all time favorite. Um, are you a fan, Lucas Cage? Are you a fan of Ghost Rider? Yeah, yeah. The ghost, the spirit of vengeance. Yeah. I didn't grow up with Johnny Blaze. By the time I knew Johnny Blaze, to me was just the guy who ran around with Dan Kench. You know, he was the guy when I saw Johnny Blaze, I was like, who's this guy that's always trying to kill? You know, Dan. Dan Kench was my first introduction to Ghost Rider. Then I went back and read the original Ghost Rider. And even after I do respect Johnny Blaze, I still like Dan Kench more. He felt more heroic as Ghost Rider. And now with all the new Ghost Riders that came after from Alexandria, the female Ghost Rider, and we got to see more of backstory. And then of course now we're up to Robbie Reyes. I'm cool with it. You know, I'm cool with it, but his powers comes from a different. It's not from the same. It's not from Zarathos or anything like that. Um, but yeah, it's cool. Sorry about that. Yeah, I'm gonna get back to I'm gonna get back to I'm gonna get back to doing the TV shows again. Jay, Jim, what the? Okay. Indeed, I'm definitely gonna get back to doing the TV shows. Um, Black Lightning. I was doing Black Lightning before, so no worries. Um, uh, hold on. Okay. What the so I'm definitely gonna get back to that. And if what the hell is I'm lost connection to what? Hold on. Where is my? Where is that go? Um, but yeah, I'm definitely gonna get back to definitely. Let me. Definitely gonna get back to it. It should be back on, guys. Definitely gonna get back to yeah. I'm definitely gonna get back into that. Uh, but the sorry about that. Let me make sure. Okay, sorry about that. So yeah, I'm gonna get back into covering the DC shows. Travis, have you seen the movie Platoons? Yeah, I have seen that. David, Big Lad asks me, how would you feel about Netflix doing a Young Champions live action series, and how would you set it up, and what villain would you put? I don't want, I wouldn't want that. Champions, young champions, nah, I wouldn't want that. If they did do it, villain wise, I don't know. I really don't know. I know for sure. I definitely want to see the High Evolutionary. Some don't know. I know for sure. I definitely want to see the High Evolutionary somewhere down the line. I definitely want to see him. Let me see. Amitron, I heard a rumor that Gwen could be a younger in that Spider-Man PS4 and potentially be a love interest for Miles, but the Miles thing is just a rumor. Hmm. Interesting. Very interesting indeed. What do you think about the Brie Bella Liv Morgan botch this past Monday? Um, it's a bad accident. Um, shouldn't have happened. And also there should have been more of getting Liv Morgan out of, because she kept wanting to go, and I'm like, hey, somebody stop her. Like, so yeah, there was a lot of with that. But I'm seeing all these memes with Brie Bella and Sexy Star, and I'm like, she's nothing like Sexy Star. Please don't do that. Uh, you can turn off JJ stuff in the option menu, right? Oh, you can? I don't know. I thought that was just. I know JJ gets on your nerves, but what do you think of J.K. Simmons as the character? He was great. J.K. Simmons was great as JJ, and I would love to see him come back. Marvel doesn't recast him. Said, okay, yeah, you just come back as JJ. Recast Robbie, but not JJ. All right, let's. Loved MJ. It was basically Ultimate MJ, though the MJ missions were annoying as hell. Uh, what made the MJ missions funny, because I remember messing up on a couple, and I'm like, how could you mess up on a flashback? You get it? She wait. It was like I'm like, you know, I mean, they were okay, but yeah, I wish they were better. I love the one in Grand Central Station. That was probably my favorite. Um, why is Venom PG-13? Will it at least be a horror movie? I don't care. I do not care about that movie. Don't want to care about that movie. Screw that movie. Uh, has Taskmaster fought the Punisher? If he has, how has Frank fared against it? Well, Taskmaster first was introduced in Avengers. He's fought Daredevil. He's fought Hawkeye. He's fought Captain America. He's fought Spider Woman. He's fought Spider Man. But has he fought in? I think he's fought in Deadpool. I think he fought Frank. I think I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Y'all all know Frank killed the Mandarin, right? Yep. Frank now in the comics is going after big game, and his first victim was the Mandarin. He killed the Mandarin. Uh, I heard at one point Marvel considered doing a Hawkeye short film that would flesh out him, but they never got to it. I think that would be kind of late, but I wish they did do that. I always felt like, yeah, there should have been a movie where we got to see some of his backstory. See if he did have him and Barney were, he did have his brother Barney, things like that. You Um, let's see. Okay. Rakai, what did you think of Shane Black's The Predator? Loved it, hated it, or boycotted it? I haven't seen it yet. A lot of friends didn't like it. Um, so yeah. Um, Red Skull looks like a bastard love child. Skeletor and Darth Maul. Yeah. Who am I? Are you excited about Robert England? Will be Freddy one more time on the Goldbergs. My brother told me about this, and I'm like, I thought he was done. He said he was done being Freddy. I don't even watch the Goldbergs like that, but I just check it out to see the dude that I remember being Freddy all that time. So, wait, will my Double M? That's what I'm gonna start calling you. Nickname Double M. What do you think of us finally getting a female incarnation of the Doctor in Doctor Who? I'm ready. I'm waiting. Let's do it. Mirage Teenage Turner versus 20 NFL players to the death. Who wins? Who do you think? Okay. Would Chris Hemsworth be a good He-Man? Maybe. I know that. I think they're looking at the actor who played Hercules from that last Hercules movie to play He-Man. Remember, there was two Hercules movies: The Rock's version that was based off the graphic novel, and that other one. I'm forgetting. I forgot, but they want him as Hercules as their He-Man. Excuse me, I said Hercules. Uh, mm, Chris Hemsworth maybe, but I think he's done. He wants to take a break from playing those type of characters. Did you check out any of this week's anything as far as WWE 2K19? I seen some of the gameplay. The career mode looks very interesting. Start from the indies, work your way up. That's cool. Uh, Double M. Most brutal Kratos moment. Mine is him beating Zeus to death. I would say when he beat Poseidon to death. That was just, Jesus Christ. Um, say what you will about the Ghost Rider, but they had the original Western Ghost Rider Carter Slade in the movie. I know in the comics Carter Slade wasn't the Flaming Rider, but still, I was cool, and they got the perfect actor to play him. They got the perfect actor to play Carter Slade, or yeah, Carter, and he was cool. And I had nothing against that. But yeah, he was never a Ghost Rider. He was just called the Phantom Rider. You know, you know, that's what it all started from. It started the Phantom Rider and then went from there. But The first movie I can still watch. The first Ghost Rider movie. There's some problems with it, yes, but I can still watch it. The biggest problem for me was the whole Blackheart stuff. That and how easy it was for him to beat the fallen angels. It was like he gets hit once, and then it's like, okay, I know how to beat you. It's just like, yeah. Charles, hey, what's up? Let's see. If Double M, if someone were to finally kill Norman Osborn, who would it be? Who would be the one to do it? Punisher. I think it'd be the Punisher, or maybe or Harry, maybe. Uh, Frank nearly killed, really killed the Mandarin. Yeah, he killed the Mandarin. Yep, I'm not joking. And his new series, his series, he killed them. Do you think Disney would sell the Alien Predator franchise to another franchise? If so, who would you think they would sell it to? Warner Brothers? Uh, yeah, Warner Brothers, I guess. I'm just saying that one. That's interesting. Frank killing arguably Tony's Brady. Yeah, and Tony was right next to him too. I thought Tom Hardy looks decent for the role. Ain't nothing about him looking. It's just I would not do a Venom movie without any connection to Spider Man. It doesn't work for me. It just doesn't. Thanks for calling me MM. I'm honored. It's okay. Have you seen the Star Wars Resistance trailer? I think I have. Um, I want a Wolverine live action series setting him up on the TV with him slowly getting a build up to the show to show up at least in the second movie. Interesting. Very interesting indeed. Despite despite you not liking the Venom movie, do you think Tom Hardy could pull off playing Eddie Brock? Somewhat. He just doesn't seem like Eddie too much. Eddie's a creep. He's not a creep in that. That's why it's funny in the Spider-Man game. Eddie's like really. You see the card and it says "nice working with you." I'm like, whoa, Eddie's liked working with Peter. He used to call Peter all kinds of names. Anime shows that I wish get a live action movie: Trigger, Cowboy Bebop, Ninja Scroll. I would throw Trigun up in there too. I could do it. I could do with that. And I got a friend of mine who doesn't like Plastic Man, but loves Elongated Man on The Flash. He refuses to believe that Ralph is basically Plastic Man in the show. Really? That's all Ralph is on the show. Ralph is just Plastic Man. The actor playing him should just dye his hair black, put the glasses on. There you go. Elongated Man, yes, he he was the I think yeah he was the first. He came out first. I think he came out first. And yeah, he was kind of like more like Batman. He also had forensic skills. Him and Batman used to team up all the time, solve cases. Plastic Man can do a lot more things that Elongated Man doesn't do. And that was something I loved. Um, but yeah, let's see. We're gonna wrap this up in 20 minutes, guys. So get your questions. We're gonna wrap this up soon. Uh, should the Punisher kill the Kingpin next? He would be next target. The way they're writing this story now is that he's done with those type of villains. He's going after big game, like world dominating villains. That's what he's going after. And Mandarin, yeah, he's one of them. So to me, I guess in his eyes, Kingpin, he's a threat, but he's not. Oh, he's not on that level of like Doctor Doom or somebody like that. something bigger. Spinosaurus. All right, next up. Actually, Cowboy Bebop is getting a live action TV series apparently. Yeah, I heard about that. Um, I'm trying to also. In fact, the CW tried to get Plastic Man, but DC said that Elongated Man will work better since he doesn't have the same huge type powers Plastic Man has, so it would fit better on a TV budget. Yeah, I get it. I get it. Like I said, Plastic Man does a lot more than Elongated Man. Elongated Man just stretch. He can make his Plastic Man can stretch. He can turn shapes. He can make his any one of his body parts bigger. He could do all the morphing. Basically, anything Elongated Man could do, Plastic Man could do it better. That's it. Go read Gail Simone's Plastic Man. Good shit. I'm a Gail Simone fanboy. Sorry. Um, nice talking to you. Good night. Night, Dylan. Um, my funniest Three Stooges moment is when Moe punches Curly through the intercom and he gets stuck, and when Curly realizes this, he gives Moe hell. No, I'm not saying Kingpin is no pushover, but he's we're talking about the level of a villain in the Marvel universe. Kingpin is not on that same level as somebody like the Mandarin. He's not. He is not. He's not on that kind of level as someone like Mr. Sinister. He's not. Uh, I'm sure, though they did give Ralph the shifting into other people that Plastic Man can do. Yeah, Punisher should kill Thanos. We'll see. Thanos is dead. He's Gamora killed him in the new Infinity War. She gutted him with a sword, a sword that was from Asgard. And then she killed Star Lord. So yeah, she's also Plastic Man's new comic has Doctor Psycho, underrated Wonder Woman villain, amazing was finally back. Queen Bee and Purna, one of the biggest Justice League members. Woo! Gail knows how to pick them. Tell her that all the time. If Frank goes after Mr. Senator, he's gonna die. A villain I want to see brought to the big screen, and a villain I think Kevin Feige could do wonders with under the MCU. Here's a couple of villains I want to see in Marvel's X-Men. Mr. Sinister. Since we already touched on multiverses and everything like that, I want to see Mojo. How creepy would that be to see a fat, spineless, robotic leg nutbag walking? Oh my God, that would be so cool. And it's not like they couldn't find an actor to do that and put that makeup on and make his skin look all, that'd be so creepy. I wouldn't mind seeing Bastion. I want to see Nimrod. I just don't want to see Magneto. I really don't. Uh, let's see. If you was in the DC or Marvel universe, what would you be? What would be your powers, and who would you choose to be your mentor? Marvel. Um, who do you think? Well, one definitely Cap would be there. Power wise, I, I I dream about it all the time, just web slinging. So I'd be another spider character. I know I would, but with ninja abilities as well. Call myself Shadow Slinger. DC wise, I'd probably be with I would work with the JSA. Those would be my mentors. Can't go wrong with the JSA. Um, let's see. What do we got here? Uh, who is your all-time favorite Sith Lord outside of Vader and Sidious? Well, you just chose all the good ones. Uh, yeah, Darth Maul was good too. I enjoyed Darth Maul, but yeah, it's hard. Can we hear you shout football? Can we hear you shout football? No, why? Why you went football? No, I'm not doing that. Have you seen the 2012 Three Stooges? If you haven't, what are your thoughts? I've seen that. I didn't like it. I stick with the originals. Uh, Duchess, I'm trying, and me and the Lord want to see the acolytes and set Manny over. The acolytes would be great too. Yes, indeed. For the Marvel MCU and X Men, that is, yeah. What do you think of Luke Skywalker pulling out his lightsaber and fighting the First Order army while playing the immigrant? That'd be so. Mentor would be Namora. Oh yeah, Namora. I'd take Namora over her cousin any day. If I was in the Marvel universe and I'm standing there with Cap and Bucky and John, the original Human Torch, and I'd be like, what the hell was he like when y'all were back in World War II? Like, what made him like this? Because he's a fucking idiot. I want to slap him. Like, you know, like, what is his problem? Like, he's a dick. He's a dick. But he's a dick. No, pause on that one. He's the guy I actually want to see in the MCU. I want to see the Atlanteans in the MCU. And yes, once again, I'm gonna be honest. He's a character I wouldn't mind being Asian. I know Marvel is thinking about making Namor Asian in the MCU. I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind. DC wise, I go full on Ted Cord pupil with, but yeah, pupils. Ted Cord's another one, but I'm definitely doing the definitely doing the JSA. Michael Holt, Mr. T on that team. Jay Garrett. I can get my boxing skills up from Ted Grant. Probably knock the shit out of me though, but I'll take it. I could take it. Well, let's go. I'll do the peekaboo style on him. Let's go. And he probably still beat the crap out of me. um, uh, who is your favorite king of the gods? Mine is Odin. King of the gods would probably be Ra from the Egyptian god Ra. There you go. Close next by Odin, probably. Uh, let's see what. Thanks for answering the question. That you're awesome, dude. I'm out. Later, Ken. Amitron. They actually went over how Namor was in the Invaders comic when he saw a personality. Yeah, I remember that. Like I remember that. Oh God, come on, go down. If Odin were still alive in Infinity War, would he pose a threat to Thanos? I don't know. I maybe I don't know. Keep doing your thing, Chris. Thanks, Scotty. How do you feel about Xena, the Warrior Princess, getting the reboot live action? They still doing that bullshit? No. Last time I heard the reboot was supposed to be she was in the military. It was going to be live action. It was going to be modern, and she's in the military. I'm like, no, that don't work. That don't work. Did you hear Eminem's Kill Shot? No, I didn't. I'm trying to stay out of this rivalry or beef with M and what's the name? I'm forgetting his name right now. Um, I wish we get more Namora stuff. I like shipping her with Hercules. Yeah, that was good stuff. Yeah, you guys got It is now, well, here in New York, it is 10:51. Y'all still got time. Y'all can still hit me with some more questions if y'all want. I said I'm gonna wrap this up at 11. So keep them going, shall we? Keep it going. Actually, I heard that they alternated they altered the Xena Ruby, and it will be set in the 1600s with Xena as a reincarnation and warrior nun who fights demons. Um, I'm willing to give it a shot, but if Lucy Lawless don't make some kind of appearance in it or something, I don't know. Um, if they were to have Namor in the MCU, would you like him for? Uh, would you like for him to be more likable? No, keep him the way he is. Keep him true to his character with some qualities of can kind of understand where he's coming from, but that's just me. Keep him the way he is. Don't change the character too much. I mean, yeah, they have changed some characters in the MCU. For example, Star Lord is a prime example of that. You know, you know, Star Lord in the Guardians of the Galaxy movie is a far cry from what he was in the comics, from when he first came out, and when Andy Lannon and them started doing him. He was more of a badass. If go watch Earth's Mightiest Heroes when the Guardians appeared on that, that's how Star Lord was. He was a badass. Like, so yeah, when you hear Rocket, he's the Star Lord. Yeah, it wasn't just a joke name. People recognize him. He was like a badass space. I guess you could say Punisher with his Kree elemental machine guns and everything. It was dope. He was, you know, um, I'm almost done reading Superman Hunter Prey. I love it so far. Okay. Do you, uh, Mr. Big Lad, do you feel like Marvel Universe needs more new characters? Original new characters, yes. I can give it to them for a price. I got over 50 characters I created. I'll sell it to them. You want them? Marvel, you want them? I got backstories on all these characters. Let's go. Show me the paper. I'll give it to them. Thoughts on the Reign of Superman anime movie? I'm looking forward to it. I like Superman and Death of Superman. I'm looking forward to this one. This will be the first time we actually get 90s Superboy, but he's still kind of mixed with New 52. But basically, as they reply, it's what if Superman was raised by the Kardashians? You know, you all know that Steel is voiced by Black Lightning. Um, do you think Kratos' hatred of the gods is justified? What do you think? It's- yeah, I mean, well, he's kind of put it behind him now, but I mean, think about it. Ares, what did Ares do to him? Then he got power. Two is really where I started to not, I was like, you know what? Kratos, you did that to yourself now. You became power hungry and things like that. But still, yeah, there's some justification. Uh, his earlier thoughts, yeah. Star Lord was basically Master Chief in the month. Bingo. Thank you for saying that. That's He was Master Chief. That's basically what he was. And I'm not even a big Halo fan, but yes, he was. And then they made him very jokey, but still kind of cool. And that's why now you got this Star Lord now who like this and later on. Um, Duchess here and want I too want Hercules. Duchess. I want Hercules. If Chris Hemsworth is done with being Thor, let's bring in the original hero Hercules into the MCU, and I've got plenty of ways y'all can do it too. and it would kind of make some sense. But yeah, um, uh, I want Hercules too. Shannon Tatum as Hercules. No, I don't. I don't want. But no, no. You need somebody bigger, who's already kind of big, that could just bulk up a little more. You know, I mean, don't get me wrong. You want somebody believable as Hercules. You know, um, it's funny because I remember not too long ago, me and a friend were talking about '90s, and he was asking me, he was like, "Yo, Chris, so what did you think of Kevin Sorbo as Hercules? Did you like him?" I was like, "Yeah, I liked him. I mean, he was all the Hercules I've seen prior to Kevin Sorbo were very big and jacked up, and either doing something they want. Even Arnold Schwarzenegger was Hercules, and that was before he could speak English real good. But I believed Kevin Sorbo as Hercules because just it was just something about him that made me believe. Okay, I could see it, but there were just sometimes I was just like, even watching. I have all of Hercules on DVD box sets, and I was just recently watching it. And then like sometimes I'm like he gets beat by some of the weakest people, and I'm like, what the hell, like. But I did like the show because they did make, though he was a demigod, they still made him human. And but in the Marvel universe, he's a demigod, but he's on a different level. I mean, this dude goes toe to toe with the Hulk. He fought the Japanese demon uh, god of death, uh, and he saved the world. He gave up his godhood to protect the world. It's like, yo. So give Herc a lot of credit. Um, Now Starla is basically Han Solo. Thank you, Omnitron. Would you say SmackDown is better than Raw? Absolutely. I'm gonna wrap this up. That's why. Okay. What other characters in Norse mythology would you like to see Kratos and Atreus encounter besides Thor? Um, we already saw Balder. Uh, oh God. I off the top of my head, I can't think of anybody right now. There's so many. How do you like how how you like the Black Panther series on Disney? I have not watched the Black Panthers. I gotta check it out. I haven't watched it yet. Hercules, played by wait for it, John Cena. Stop, stop. Uh, would you how would you feel about seeing the Dark Avengers on the big screen? If it means them, I rather want to. I want to see more the Masters of Evil before the Dark Avengers. There you go. Or the Zodiac before the Dark Avengers. I like Kevin Sorbo. He couldn't believe he reprised his role in God of War 3. Yeah, he was that jacked up Hercules. That was him. Um, um, I think he hasn't already played Deathstroke. I'm trying. You read my mind. I was even saying that Joe Maglione could play him. He could get jacked up. He can. He can get jacked up. Actually, in the Marvel, he is fully empowered Olympian god. At first, he wasn't. Somehow, he got his powers back. He before he gave up. Read God Wars. He gave up his godhood. Then he gave up his godhood. Then he was rolling around. He stole from Ares' vault and had all the weapons, the shield of Perseus, all this stuff, and that was when Greg Pak was writing him. Then he went away, and then they brought him back. And he was part of the Avengers for a while, and somehow, yeah, he had his powers back. But prior to that, Hercules was no longer a demigod. Even when Zeus was about to give him his powers back, he put up a shield and he's like, "No, Father, I don't want my powers back." So yeah, um, if you wrote an ongoing Avengers show, what would your lineup be and why? Uh, I too many. I can't. I'm not gonna go into that. I'm trying here. Another one I think would be amazing. Would be an amazing Hercules. Would be Henry Cavill. If he's not Superman anymore, I would love to see him as Hercules. We know he can. He a badass beard. I want to see Beta Ray Bill in MCU. Absolutely, we know he exists. The whole Henry Cavill thing is still very confusing. Is he fired? Is he not? What the hell's going on? But I keep saying, yo, Marvel, if he's fired, Kevin Feige hired Henry Cavill. I even say he could play Captain Britain. But yeah, he could get jacked up for Hercules. I could take it too. Uh, but with that being said, guys, we're gonna end it here. I want to thank everybody for coming out and spending time with me for the past 2 hours. I will see you guys next time, same time as always. Next month, I'll bring you two more live open mic sessions as well. I want to say to Omnitron, get well. I want to say as well to Will Miser, get well. To all my pack members who are sick, get well. Your alpha keeps you in his prayers. Thank you very much. And for all you guys out there who don't know, my boy, my best friend, Blue Goblin has returned. Check him out. He's back. He just put up a new vid, two new vids. He reviewed his thoughts on the PlayStation Mini, not the PlayStation Mini, the Nintendo Mini. So go check out my boy Blue Goblin. But other than that, guys, you guys take care. This is Mount Vernon Kid saying always peace, one love, stay tuned, keep it real. I'll see you guys soon. Comic Con is next week. I will be at Comic Con, New York Comic Con, and of course, if I can, I'll put up a vid showing like what I did there and everything like that. You guys take care as always. I'm out.